Imagine a quiet neighborhood where everyone knows each other, where doors are left unlocked, and trust is second nature. Now, imagine waking up to find that, overnight, an entire family has vanished without a trace. No forced entry. No screams. Just gone. What if I told you that this was just the beginning of one of the most baffling and horrifying cases ever recorded? Welcome to Crime Scene, where we dive into the most chilling real-life mysteries that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the world. Tonight, we're uncovering shocking true crime stories that defy logic, push the boundaries of investigation, and reveal the darkest corners of human nature. But fair warning, these cases are not for the faint of heart. Some crimes are so bizarre, so deeply unsettling, that they challenge the limits of forensic science, criminal psychology, and human comprehension. These are not your ordinary whodunits. These are cases that took years to solve, if they were ever solved at all. From a loving husband who disappeared and was later found living a double life to a woman whose eerie premonition of her own murder came true, tonight's stories are filled with jaw-dropping twists. What happens when the most innocent-looking people turn out to be harboring the darkest secrets? And what do you do when the truth is so disturbing that no one wants to believe it? Stay with me, because the next few minutes are going to change the way you look at crime forever. Case 1. The family that vanished without a trace. It was an ordinary Wednesday morning in a small, peaceful town. The Johnsons, David, his wife Maria, and their 2 children, were expected at school and work. But when the school called to ask why the kids hadn't shown up, alarm bells started ringing. The house was eerily silent. There were no signs of a struggle. Their beds were neatly made. Their cars were parked in the driveway. But the family, gone. Days turned into weeks, and despite a nationwide search, no trace of them was found, until a hunter stumbled upon something horrifying deep in the woods. A shallow grave containing the remains of the family, but with a sinister twist. Their bodies had been meticulously arranged in a way that suggested ritualistic intent. And the biggest mystery, the coroner determined that they had been kept alive for 3 weeks after their disappearance. Who took them? And why? The answer, when it came, shocked even the most seasoned investigators. Case 2. The husband with 2 lives. When Emily's husband, Mark, vanished without a trace one afternoon, she was devastated. The police found his car abandoned by a river, his wallet still inside. A suicide note suggested he had ended his life. But something felt off. Months later, a routine background check at a job interview in another state uncovered the impossible. Mark was alive, well, and living under a new identity. But what's even crazier? He had another wife, another family, another life. So what made Mark disappear? And why did he fake his own death? The truth behind his double life was more sinister than anyone could have predicted. In both cases, the turning points were chilling. For the Johnson family, police eventually traced a disturbing connection to a local cult. The leader, a seemingly harmless, elderly librarian, had convinced followers that the family was part of an ancient prophecy. But the real horror? One of their own friends had helped orchestrate their abduction. As for Mark, the truth about his disappearance was revealed through a shocking piece of evidence, an old security camera recording. It showed him calmly withdrawing a large sum of money, just hours before his suicide. The reason? Mark was hiding something much bigger. He was running from an embezzlement scheme that had finally caught up with him. His staged disappearance was his attempt at a fresh start. But when his past caught up with him, justice wasn't far behind. These are just 2 stories, but they prove one terrifying thing. Sometimes, the people we trust the most are the ones hiding the deadliest secrets. From a seemingly perfect family vanishing without a trace to a husband who faked his death and started over, These cases remind us that truth is often stranger and far darker than fiction. What drives people to commit such unimaginable acts? And how many of these crimes remain hidden, waiting to be uncovered? What do you think about these shocking cases? Have you ever heard of a crime so bizarre it seemed impossible? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoy true crime stories that leave you questioning everything, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more where this came from. Thanks for watching Crime Scene, and remember, the scariest monsters aren't the ones in horror movies. They're the ones living among us.